These are Warangal durries. Hand-woven flat-weave cotton rugs, once known for their intricate sharp-cut geometric patterns, vibrant stripes, mosque arc mihrabs, and even names woven right into the fabric. These rugs were known for the intricate detailing and days of work by the artisan. But why are these extremely skilled artisans weaving plain durries today? What happened to these motifs? And why do we even need them? The history of hand-woven carpets runs parallel to the history of civilization itself. From the moment humans realized they could not live directly on cold, thorny, insect-ridden ground, they began creating coverings for insulation and comfort. Over time, these rugs became more than functional objects. They became social identities. Weavers embedded patterns to represent happiness, power, and fertility. It is also worth noting how some civilizations have similar motifs, which suggests the idea of a common cultural origin. In India, the origin of durrie patterns can be traced to ritualistic floor paintings in Hindu and tribal communities, believed to protect homes and invite good fortune. Flat-woven cotton rugs with interlock patterns are made by the weavers of the Padmashali community in Warangal, a town in Telangana. Surrounded by a vast cotton plantation, Warangal naturally becomes an ideal center for weaving cotton durries. This is Kumar Swamiji, a master artisan who has been weaving these durries since 45 years.
మా అమ్మ నాన్న వేరే పనికి పంపలేక అదే పని వాళ్ళతో పాటు మేము కూడా అదే చేసినాం అన్నట్టు అట్లా.
Though the craft has been passed on through generations and adapted over time, but the process to weave these interlock durries still remains the same, starting from procurement of cotton yarn, dyeing, winding, setting up of the warp, and finally weaving. The dye bath is prepared by mixing dye extracts into boiling water, after which cotton hanks are soaked in it for 10 to 30 minutes. The dyed hanks are then squeezed using T-shaped poles and sun-dried. Laborers often end up inhaling the harmful fumes released during this process.
మాకు పొగ వస్తుంది బట్టి లాగా మేము ఇట్లా అంటే పొగ చూసి వస్తుంది దగ్గర దాకుతుంది అన్నీ దాకుతాయి కానీ ఇంకా మాకు వెళ్తే ఓడ్చుకుంటాం అన్నట్టు పని అట్లా.
The yarn undergoes winding in ponds using a charkha and warping where the yarn is stretched onto a frame. This setup can take up to 2 days. Then it's mounted on the pitloom where the weaver uses foot pedals to pass the pern-loaded shuttle and locks the weft tightly. To create interlock patterns, the artisan first draws the design on graph paper and sets up the warp with counts matching the requirements of the design.
The width कैसा इतना होता है से मेजर करके डिजाइन ग्राफ में डाल के दरी बनाते हैं.
The pattern is then woven into the durrie, following the graph meticulously and changing the perns of different colors as needed to achieve the desired motif. Over time, Kumar Swamiji has mastered the craft of durrie weaving to the point where it feels like muscle memory. He works in various sizes and can adapt to a wide range of design motifs.
ఇప్పుడు అక్షరాలతో సహా ఇప్పుడు మీ పేరు ఉన్నది కదా, మీ పేరు మీద ఇప్పుడు ఏమేమి అక్షరాలు వస్తాయో అక్షరాలు రాసి పేపర్ మీద కనుక ఇచ్చినట్టయితే నేను వేస్తా. అట్లా చదువు రాదు అయినా నేను వేస్తా అన్నట్టు.
This entire process is so demanding that it requires exceptional focus, precision, and skill.
మేము ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ నేయడము అని అంటే ఇట్లా కంటి చూపు ఉండాలి. కంటి చూపు బాగా చూసి ఇట్లా తీయడం వల్ల కంటి చూపు తక్కువ అవుతుంది వీవర్కు.
Most artisans weave for 10 to 12 hours a day, taking breaks only on Amavasya and Purnima for cleaning and rest. Long hours at the loom often cause shoulder, arm, and joint pains. They usually work under a shed in their angan, where cotton dust accumulates, making the Padmashali community most prone to asthma. Their own home is their workspace, and hence the entire family is involved in weaving. Women usually help with winding, while the men weave the durries. Even children learn the craft, growing up surrounded by it.
Like, I know the concept how to weave. I even have the general idea, all the process which are included in this.
During May and June, the extreme summer heat makes it unbearable to sit under the shed for long hours. Rainy seasons are equally challenging. Moisture causes the yarn to stick, making it hard to paddle and work on the loom. These 2 months are risky and often bring production to a halt.
సరి అయిన వేతనం రాదు, చేయలేము. సగం పని చేస్తాం. ఒక 200 రూపాయల పని చేయగలిగినాం అనుకో, అందులో ఒక 100 రూపాయలు లెక్క పెట్టుకోవాలి.
In reality, winter is the only season where they can work and earn comfortably. Today, due to a dip in market demand and rising raw material costs, the artisans mostly weave plain durries, which are bought by government hostels and institutions to sustain their livelihood.
ये जो प्लेन आपने देखा है वो लिवरी बोलते हैं. लिवरी यानी वो बल्क में प्रोडक्शन होता है, बल्क में जाता है. और इंटरलॉकिंग जो है वो जनरल वेराइटी है. वो जनरल वेराइटी हमारे शॉप आउटलेट्स होते हैं ना टिस्को के, वहाँ पे रख के हम बेचते हैं. जैसा जैसा बिकता है वैसा वैसा हम प्रोक्योरमेंट करते जाते हैं. इसी के लिए उसका प्रोडक्शन इसका इंटरलॉकिंग का कम है, इसका ज़्यादा है.
But this wasn't the case back in the day. Demand for these durries was high, and exports of interlock motif durries were thriving.
In ancient period, even in Shatamana period also, these durries, even Kakatiya dynasty period also, these durries exported to the contemporary kingdoms and contemporary civilizations. European countries also imported our durries. Even ancient periods, even British period, then after independence in 1970s, up to 1970s, this scenario is going on. Slowly, these exported declined. Why? Because the dyeing quality, the European countries and USA, even Western Asia countries also, they standardize their health parameters regarding to the daily uses of cloths and all those things. So in that scenario, our durries are not able to stand before their health standards.
पहला गल्फ है ना, गल्फ के पास थोड़ा ईरान इराक का गल्फ है ना, वार है ना, इसके वजह थोड़ा कम हो गया है, माल एक्सपोर्ट के कम हो गया है थोड़ा.
With the onset of power looms, the demand for Warangal durries began to decline. Artisans struggled to keep up with the fast-paced market, as by the time new designs were introduced, the market was already saturated with machine-made goods. The market was further affected by cheap imitations from China and increased competition from lower quality durries produced in North India.
बहुत फर्क पड़ा. ये तो चाइना का, ये जर्मनी का, इधर का कारपेट देखता होगा मिशन मेड का, वो 2 लाख का कारपेट 2000 में देता है वो.
In the recent years, COVID-19 too had a severe impact on their business and livelihood.
पूरे एग्जीबिशन का 1 साल के तक पूरा बंद हो गया. गवर्नमेंट है पूरा बंद करी है. ज़्यादा कम हो गया पूरा। इसमें ये कोई के साथ का ऑनलाइन में ऑर्डर आ गया।
Due to all these hardships, the artisans are increasingly reluctant to pass down their skills, putting centuries of knowledge and tradition at risk of fading away.
ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఇప్పుడు 3 తంతెల కాంచెలు మేము కష్టపడుకుంటూ వీవర్స్ ఇప్పుడు అయిన వర్క్ విన్నే వస్తానం కాబట్టి దీని మీద జీవనోపాధి లేదు కాబట్టి ఇక నుంచి అయినా పిల్లలను వేరే రూట్లో పంపించి ఇక మనం ఇంతటితోనే దీని మీద లేదు కాబట్టి దీని మీద జీవనోపాధి లేదు కాబట్టి ఇది ఇంతటితోనే ఇక ముగుస్తుంది.
It's strange. The very hands that once wove motifs of what they believed in, that saw these rugs as a means of self-expression, are now forced to weave mechanically just to survive. We still don't know what the future holds for this craft. But do we lose those beliefs when we replace it with something faster, cheaper, and even machine-made? Maybe the question we ask ourselves before buying shouldn't be what it costs, but rather, what am I choosing to value? Because each time we buy, we decide what survives and what fades away.